I'm going to show you a match of 2018 Intel Extreme Masters PyeongChang Championship. It's Season 12, Semifinal, s0s versus Special. s0s is on the left and Special is on the right. Here are how these guys look like during the championship. And that's the tournament that they're playing at. Intel Extreme Masters PyeongChang. That's what IEM stands for. It's Season 12. It's one of the two events. The second event is IEM or Intel Extreme Masters Season 12 World Championship. The current tournament we're in is in front of you. It's the second event of IEM Season 12, which hosts a Starcraft 2 tournament organized by ESL and held in Pyeongchang, South Korea. The game version is Legacy of the Void patch 4.1.4 BU. And it's offline. It's in Pyeongchang. The prize pool is $150,000. It goes from February 5th to February 7, 2018. Here we can take a look. There are 5 slots for Europe, 4 slots for North America, 2 slots for South America, South Korea, 1 slot for Africa, East Asia, West Asia, China, Oceania. Main tournament, 18 players, single elimination bracket. North American players enter in the row 18, all others enter in the row 16. All matches are best of 5 until the finals. The finals are best of 7. Here we can take a look at the winners and their teams, the participants, and the results. I'm going to show you this match right here. s0s versus Special. At any point in time you can stop the video and check this with a terrifying efficiency, the terrifying precision where your favorite players are. I currently have a beer and cold smoked sausage with me to accompany me in this match. Here are the maps and the results. As you can see, s0s did quite good work here. Not bad at all. Here's the racial distribution. How many races survived. Zora has been the dominant race from the very beginning. That's not bad. Always good to kill a bunch of lings and hydralisks, so on and so forth. You can check out some of these matches by typing AndYouLeftTheGame in YouTube search bar. And you can click on AndYouLeftTheGame without blank space if you get it, and it will take you straight to the channel where you can find the videos you want to find. Just click on playlists and you can take a look, browse through, find your tournament. Or if you get the result with the blank space, that's AndYouLeftTheGame, 5 words with spaces. Then click on it, move to featured channels, click on the right side, click on it, and it will take you to the channel itself. And now that we know about the tournament, the YouTube channel, let's move on to the players. The first player is s0s, the favorite. He certainly is a dedicated Starcraft 2 player. He plays with a Protoss race. Here you can look at this race and learn more about it. With a highly advanced technology and potent psionic abilities, the Protoss once considered themselves the most powerful species in the galaxy. The war with the Zerg has proved otherwise. Even the most individually capable warrior cannot overcome such insurmountable numbers. The lesson has been hard one for the Protoss, for their societies built around core philosophies that have been rigidly adhered to for over 1,000 years. However, the Zerg invasion of the Protoss homeworld of Aiur has brought the race to a crossroads. The Protoss must embrace change if they are to survive and prevail. Now, new tactics and technologies are being brought to bear in the increasingly desperate battle against the Zerg, and ancient terrible weapons the Protoss set aside long ago are being unleashed. The Protoss have never been prolific people and have traditionally bolstered their numbers with a variety of robotic war machines. Individual Protoss warriors are unsurpassed, their skills greatly enhanced by the combination of technology and formidable psionic strength. Nonetheless, the Protoss must rely on mobility and surprise to maximize their advantages without getting drawn into a battle of attrition. One of their greatest strengths lies in their fleet, which boasts a variety of ships powerful enough to pound an enemy to atoms. Attributes: expensive and strong units. Buildings must be built within range of a pylon. Probes need only to begin a building's warping. Can warp in units. All units and buildings are equipped with a regenerative shield. Not bad at all. Regenerative shield. Now, here we can learn more about him. He made more than $500,000. He had various nicknames playing and alternative IDs, such as Shy. His current team is Jin Air Green Wings, but these players tend to change teams quite often. Very, very often indeed. And here you can stop the video at any point, read a lot more about him, learn a thing or two. Learn about his trivias and achievements in his premier tournaments. As you can see, he had some really awesome wins out there in major tournaments and minor tournaments in premier team leagues. Here's the championships. Starcraft 2 World Championship Series, Intel X3 Masters, Go Me XP Cup Champion, MSI Premier Champion. You can also find interviews dating back to 2012 and watch some more videos about him on YouTube replays with commentary. His opponent is Special. Special is a Terran player. The Terrans are relatively newcomers to the Koprulu sector. They're the descendants of the disastrous colonization expedition launched from the Earth centuries ago. It's human cargo made up of dissidents and malcontents the ruling Earth government deemed expendable. The survivors of the expedition established 3 colonies that became the basis of the major power blocks in Terran space: the Confederacy, the Kelmorian Combine, and the Umojan Protectorate. The corrupt Confederacy was overthrown by terrorist and revolutionary Arcturus Mansk during the chaos of the Zerg invasion. Now the Terran Dominion has emerged from the ashes of the old Confederacy as the dominant power ruled by none other than Emperor Arcturus I. Forced to adapt to the harsh existence on the mostly lifeless worlds of the sector, the Terrans are masters of survival. With neither the advanced technology of the Protoss nor the natural prowess of the Zerg to rely on, the Terran military forces consist of a varied mix of units, from basic but effective infantry like the Marines to heavily armed battle cruisers. Terran units rely on solid armor plentiful firepower and strength in numbers to hold the line. Terrans excel in defense situations where their bunkers and siege tanks really shine. He dates back far. He dates back to 2011. He had many nicknames, and he made over $200,000 playing Starcraft 2. He's a true master of Terran. Interesting thing about it, he even had a nickname that goes by the name of Terran, which is really over the top, but it's awesome. Obviously, I say over the top because I find it funny. It's not over the top if you can win, but considering that's the name of the race, it's a little bit funny, which makes it a little bit over the top. So, premier tournaments, you can check these out. If you like, you can just travel to these yourself. A list of major tournaments that he participated, you can find his plays here. And the list of minor tournaments too. Premier League team leagues. You can check out VODs, which pretty much stand for replays. Just for some reason they tend to call them VODs, which is a little bit silly. Interviews date back to 2011, and here you can find his pictures. See how he looks like. Now that we know about the tournament, the YouTube channel, and the players, let's move on to the match. Special versus s0s. Terran versus Protoss. SUV ready. He starts with a good old build yourself supply depot first, because without it the player can't build anything. s0s shows up in the probe. A probe is quite hard to catch, and I personally believe he came in a little bit too early, because he doesn't know if Special is going for any kind of cheese play, and he may as well lose it. However, so far so good. And he surprisingly, the Special is not walling off his base at the very edge, so he wants to do something different. Now, obviously at any point in time the Protoss could as well build himself nothing else but a bunch of zealots and just overrun Special by 3 minutes. Obviously Special is sending an SCV. I would say at the right time now to see if there's any kind of cheese play going on, and it looks like nothing's going on. You don't see any kind of building. Special is probably a little bit kind of surprised that there are no buildings here, so he may think that there's a proxy gateway somewhere out there being built, and he's kind of panicking. At any point in time the proxy units could show up, but they're not showing up, and Special is building himself a bunker here at the very top of the ramp. Now it looks like s0s has hidden its buildings there. Very smart move. And Special is still looking for some kind of a proxy bases here. Look at that. He still does not believe that Special does not have them. So it looks like I mean, he still does not believe that s0s does not have those proxy bases, and it pretty much means that s0s fooled Special that there are things like that somewhere out there. So the placement of buildings has worked out very well for us. Just look at that. Special just so foolishly is looking for those proxy gateways out there. He can't believe that there are no. And obviously it took him quite a lot of time from just moving out there and harassing. Now in the meantime, s0s can't enter the base due to bunker being built there. And that's that. It looks like he's going to, Special is going to easily defend against that Stalker with a few Marines. And now he's sending finally his Reaper here to wreak havoc. Obviously. A Reaper is not going to do much against a Stalker that's protecting the base. Reaper is only good at the very beginning, when there are no Stalkers, no nothing that could defend, and due to this, the player is left with nothing but just looking how his harvesters die up until the point units are being built or structures are being built that could defend against the Reaper, because the Reaper is so fast. Obviously micromanaging the Reaper is really difficult while at the same time building up at the beginning of the game. Now we see here that s0s is making some really awesome drops here with a disruptor that is attacking it with really powerful hits here. Special on the other hand is sending a Liberator to harass, which is obviously an awesome play too. Both players are expanding. Special was a little bit quicker to expand, but we'll see how this will work. It may as well not work out that well. Anyway, Special will destroy the bunker in his main base and build one down the ramp. The Liberator is being attacked too hard. Special is just sending the Liberator to his death. That Stalker was out there, it was too much, and the Liberator will die. He can't defeat the Stalker without the Liberator mode, and he can't fly fast enough to avoid that Stalker fire. Now this Viking here is going to be good, and he will fight off that War Prism that is there to drop the Disruptor, which would otherwise be too much. Now the Stalkers here are positioned very well and they will successfully destroy the Viking. Obviously Special needs another Viking, otherwise nothing's going to help. The Disruptor shot almost killed that machine, but it didn't. That's it. It looks like Special is trying to build himself a bunch of tanks, but all these drops, obviously these drops are not making any good hits, but they may as well do that. It would be devastating if it would hit the mineral line. It's just that for some reason s0s is targeting the Marines that can actually very easily escape rather than targeting the SVs themselves, which is where it's supposed to go, I guess. And now we see that Special is scouting through. However, I would say that Special is currently sieged in his own base. He can't expand, he can't really do much besides a bunch of drops here. He does have Viking protecting his north flank, however his southern flank is not protected due to that. And s0s will try to disrupt Special's ability to build himself a quick command center and send it to a third base. As you can see, very nicely Special is sending one unit in front of everybody else, so that he would at all times know what's going on. Obviously he's checking the map very closely, and at all times he knows where his units are, or maybe he remembers where they are, I'm not sure, but he can control them really well. He's trying to make 2 drops simultaneously, and obviously this drop right there in the north was too risk. In any case, looks like Special is moving on to the offensive now. He feels that his opponent does not have the strength needed. That disruptor, he did a lot of damage, but he did not do that many kills. Obviously, now that the forces are coming out, it could be that Special will undoubtedly be making a bunch of really serious hits on the enemy. We see that there are quite a few cloaked units out here, all over. And this army is not moving out just as I expected. Now that Medivac has passed through, it looks like he has noticed what s0s has, and that just made Special move forward. It looks like Special is very confident that he can successfully do this and win the game. Now with this one-time push, it looks like he decides not to further expand. He sends a bunch of forces, he separates them from the tanks, he's trying to lure in Protoss units, however Protoss is not committing. And here we see the major battle taking place, and Protoss without a problem deals with whatever Special had, and this turns out to be a defeat for Special. He does make himself a last scan. That's the kind of a thing that Special does sometimes when he's losing or almost lost a battle. He does a scan, and it kind of is Special attributed to the way he likes to do this, and this kind of makes him look really cool, and I think that's awesome.